Hello, hello. Who's jumping in? Say hello so I know who's here. Hi, Adele. I just saw your name today when I sent your ATC cards. Hi, Melanie. So I thought it would be fun. We're gonna play tonight, and we're gonna make some backgrounds, and then we'll put some sentiments. We'll put some sentiments on it and make it a card. Let's try tonight. Oh, I hope it works because I'm gonna do some really cool stuff tonight. So this is my gel press. Yes, they were really good. Everybody did really good on there. I'm going to turn this just a little bit so you guys are looking at me straight instead of crooked. I did fill up my glue. You guys will be so happy to know. But I thought we would make some backgrounds, and then I chose a few stamp sets that we have some good sentiments on. So I chose this one. It's the Ice Cream Monsters. So we have, hi Mama. Yeah, the jelly press, it's pretty cool. So I've only played with it a few times, and I want to use this one. And then I thought these were some good sentiments. So we'll make some backgrounds, and then we're going to stick some sentiments on them and make cards out of them. I think it'll be really fun. But, oh, I don't want to use that pearl thing. So I pulled out some Lindy's Magicals because some people have asked about how that works. Yes, Jack's wandering around. He's probably looking for Cooper because Cooper's in bed now. And I wanted to use, so I've used my gel press with inks, but I hadn't used it with oxides. So I thought today maybe we could try it with oxides and see what happens. I also want to use all new things. Look at me going. But seriously, I'm stuck on the stencils. I don't know what my deal is with the stencils these days, but I'm going to use these stencils. I pulled out several of them to play around with. I want to try this one first because I'm super excited about it. And I have two of them. So I have two of them so I can lay them on there however I want. So I'm going to start with this one. But I wanted to see if I just put my oxide straight on my gel press, will it work? You know, will it work out really well? And I'm going to tell you before we get started that the easiest part about this is that when you do the gel press, you don't have to use your sweet sentiment paper. So you get to save your paper. You can just use regular typing paper or printer paper. It's pretty thin, but it's pretty easy to use. So I'm just going to cut some in half real quick so we can get started. So I'm just cutting this 8.5 by 11 at 5.5 and getting myself a whole bunch of these papers. We may have to cut more if I get super, super excited about this. But, hey, Nana Joe. So what I want to do is we're going to need a brayer. And I will tell you that in the future, I really want to get a larger brayer. So this one that I have, it's pretty beat up, but it doesn't fit all the way across my pad. So I want to get one that's as big as my gel press. Hi, Renska. So I don't have one yet, so we're just going to make do with this one, which is just going to put probably some extra lines when you're smoothing it out, but that still kind of gives it that whole distress-ish look, so I think it's okay if we do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some very light colors. So I'm going to start with my Twisted Citron, Worn Lipstick, and Squeezed Lemonade. They look a mess, don't they? I definitely use the heck out of these things. So I'm just going to pick up the, what size do you need? I don't think it really matters as long as it's as big as a card. I think mine is, I will tell you, mine I think is the 5x7. So I have the 5x7. So I don't do cards as big as 5x7. Hi, Shirley. So I'm just going to cut it, you know, cut down the paper, and that way I can get whichever part of the paper I like the most. So I'm going to take my worn lipstick, and I am just going to go straight onto this gel press. So I have like wherever I want. And we're going to start off simple and just do three lines. So I'm going to use Twisted Citron. So I'm just going to go across, and I don't actually have to touch them. I don't want to put the color. That's what we're going to use the brayer to blend them together, so we won't get it mixed up on our ink pad, which I really, really like, that I'm not going to mess up my ink pads. And this one is Squeezed Lemonade. So I thought pink, green, yellow would be really springy and kind of cool. So I decided that's what I wanted to go with for the first one. So once you have it on there, I'm going to go ahead and close these because I am so known for sticking my arm in the stuff. You want to take one sheet and put it to the side so you can wipe off any excess. So I'm going to start out by just rolling across here and kind of doing a little bit of a back and forth to kind of smooth that out. So see how that kind of smoothed right there? And then I'm going to wipe it on this excess paper here, which I could totally use as a background if I really wanted to, because it'll look pretty cool by the time I get done. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it over here. Now it's probably still going to have a little bit of pink in it from above, but I'm okay with that. So, I mean, you could really wash this off if you wanted to, but you can. So I'm going to show you first the really simple, easy way to do it. Once you put this on there, you can just lay this on top. Most people just pat it with their hand, but it makes it easier if you just rub it with your espresso. I mean, if you have it, you might as well do it, right? You might as well use it to its benefit. And then all you have to do is lift it up. And when you flip it over, you have this really nice ombre color here. Now, I had something stuck on my mat, so it left a little spot, which is okay because, you know, I'll just put some kind of little embellishment over it, or, you know, whatever I want. Or I could cut the paper, you know, your decision. But look at how fast that was. And it really wasn't as messy as you would think it would be. So there's still some ink on here. I could pick it up again, but I'm going to add some more because I want to do another thing with this color setup here. And I can see there's a little fuzzy on there, so I'm just going to pick that off so it doesn't leave a white spot. So I'm just adding a little bit more ink, doing the same thing. This one is the yellow, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, just like I did before. It's just going to make that color deeper. These are not as bright as if you were using your Distress inks, but I only have Distress ink cubes, so that would be a little challenging to do that. So I'm going to go back in now. I'm going to start on this end because that's the last end, that's the last where I ended before. I'm going to wipe off again, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to mix this part together. So you're really just rolling it across until you get a good, even smooth look. So you can tell it looks very smooth on there. But this time we're going to be a little tricky. Are you ready? We're going to take these stencils and I'm going to lay them just kind of wherever I feel like laying them on here. So I'm glad I have two of them. And then I'm going to take, and you're just not going to believe all of the stuff you can do with this. So I'm going to lay this on top. I'm going to rub it with my espresso real quick. And then I'm going to go in with my hand and like really rub where that stencil is so that it picks up in between the stencils. So you'll be able to see all the patterns. So here we go. You ready? Look. Isn't that awesome? super awesome. Like, I really, really like that. And it was so easy to do. I mean, almost easier than doing the stencil over top. Now, these actually have ink underneath them. Simple, but wow. So I'm going to lift them up and I'm going to lay them aside with the ink side up because I'm going to use them again to show you how many different things. Now, you can see the patterns on here. So let's just put another piece of paper there and we'll get the opposite effect that we got from the last sheet. So I just press it with my espresso. I don't have it stenciled there, so I can just do it with my espresso. And then look, this is the opposite of this one. So you kind of get two out of the same thing. So I think it's really cool. Hi, Diane. So you get these two. Now, the next thing I want to try is if you want to clean this off, you can just use a baby wipe. You can just take a baby wipe and you can just wipe off the leftover ink that's on your ink pad. So you can just wipe it off. And then I'm just going to wipe off this one just to get some of that off of there. This is where it gets messy. Just rotating the little, you know, the little thing so I can get the ink off. I'll flip this over. And I'm just going to rub it to get the water off because I don't want the water, you know, messing up any of my stuff. I mean, this is Oxides, so it's going to react to the water. So I want to be really careful. But I thought what I would do next is change my colors and then lay these stencils back on them that have different colors on them. So I'm going to go with some blues this time. So I've chosen, ooh, let's do purple too. Maybe purple. I don't know. Might be too dark, but we'll try it. So this is the Villainous. And wow, I thought you'd be able to see that a lot better on there, but you can't. So I put the purple on there. You guys can see it. I can see it on the TV. And then I'm going to put this Uncharted Mariner, which is also still a very dark-ish color. Oops, I stuck my finger in it. I hope that didn't mess it up. Just kidding. This one is Speckled Egg. So I'm going to do that one at the bottom. So I'm kind of doing these ombre effects, which I really like. I noticed I buy a lot of paper that has an ombre look to it. So if I can make my own, you know, let's do it. So I'm kind of going up and down a little bit to get it to smooth together. And then I'm going to wipe it off again on my extra on my thing. And then we're going to go here and we're going to blend that. So that's going to be purple and blue. But I already have pink and yellow and green on this one. So I'm going to take it where the ink is and I'm going to lay it down back where I laid it before. As long as I'm close, it's good. And this one, same thing. Now lay that one on top. Now what I'm hoping for is that it's going to mix all the colors together. But I haven't done this, so I'm not 100% sure that it's going to work. But we're going to try it because I think it would be awesome. So I'm going to take my espresso again like I did before and just kind of rub a little bit. Make sure that gets pressed down. And then I'm going to go back in where the stencil is and just make sure that I'm getting it pressed all the way down to the gel press so it picks up both colors. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to lift it up. Okay, are we ready? And now we have, I don't really see a whole lot of the orange, probably because it's under the stencil. So we have to do it one more time. So that one pulled the purple and the blue, the purple and the blue and the light blue down here. And then if we take these off, they should have put, I can already see the green and the pink up there. So my thought was, when I take this pull, I'm going to get more colors than I got on the last pull. So the cool part is you can always get more than one pull off of each time you put the ink down. So you're really getting a whole lot. A big bang for your buck. Drum roll. You ready for this one? Oh yeah, you guys are gonna like it. So now it has more pinkish tone here, and you can see the yellow and the green in with the blue and the purple. And this is super cool. I really, really like it. What do you guys think? You like it? So now we went from this to this. It's really neat. So that's with this stencil right here. And I like that I had two, but you could, you know, just lay it and lift it and move it around if you wanted to. I mean, you could do that. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to wipe it off again, and we're going to try something else. Let's try something else. I actually have a whole lot of bubble wrap on my floor from envelopes. And I hear a lot of people say the bubble wrap makes really cool designs on it. So I want to see, I'm just going to wipe because I want to kind of get some of that water off. No, we need to. You need to. You need to. Hi, Ron. Hey, honey, when you have a minute, can you? Thank you. So I want to try a couple of things with this. Like, what happens if we put the oxide down and then we stamp on it? Like, can we do that? Can we stamp over it? I don't know. So I think I already packed my other block, but I do have this one. So maybe we can find something that fits on that. Like maybe something like So Very Lucky You're My Friend from the Lucky Critter set. It's got the big word lucky, so as long as you can see the word lucky, that will be great. And then I'm going to go in with, let's do some more purple, because you guys know I love purple. But let's do it in a different pattern. Like, you know, let's put some right here, and then we'll put some on this little corner right here. Thank you, honey. And then let's do green. Let's do the green with it, because I really like those two colors. So let me put some up here, and then we'll put some down the middle right here. So we're going to have purple and green. So I'm going to wipe this one more time. I have a feeling it's going to pick up some of this blue, so I'm going to actually roll it on the baby wipe to kind of get some of that off. And then I'm going to roll it on a new fresh piece of paper, because now that one's all wet. And that's why I do all this on my glass mat, because, hi Allison, because then it doesn't really matter. It's all good. So this time I need to roll it here to kind of blend those two colors together. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, but I'm not going to clean off the roller because I'm rolling all the same colors. So I'm just going to leave it together like that. If you touch the other color with the ink pad, is there an easy way to clean the pad from the other color? Yeah, so if you touch the other color, I just take mine and just scrape it on paper, and it cleans it off. I mean, that's what I do. I don't know if there's like a technical way to do it, but what I want to do is see if I stamp this in here like this, and then I'll have to stamp it off on a piece of paper. And then if I put it like here, like just making sure it goes all the way in. I don't know if this will work, but we're about to find out. And even if it doesn't come out like with every letter every time, I think I'm okay with that. Let's do one off the page, kind of. So it's a little bit hard to see, but look at how cute this looks. Look, I just did this one. So I could use that too if I really wanted to. Let's see what happens if we put the paper on it. I don't know. Drum roll. What's going to happen? So if you ever wanted to try these, but you haven't, we're about to test out any theories that you guys have and see if they work. I hope this works. I'm super excited. Hi, Nan. Here we go. Look at that. They're all backwards. What a bummer. I guess you can't do that on your... I guess you can't do that because it makes your words backwards. Bummer. That would have been really cool. So let's try something a little bit different then. If that worked, then maybe we can do it with an image and it won't matter if it's backwards. So let's try that. This is what I like. Try it, see if it works, and if it doesn't, you guys can laugh. I know you're laughing at home. You're like, oh my gosh, all the words are backwards. Anybody say it before I did it? Those words are going to be backwards. Or did you guys just think it? Or were you as lost as I was? But it wasn't a waste. It wasn't a total waste because I have it here that I can use. So no waste there. I think the one that I'm going to do is, if it'll fit on the block, is, yep, the ice cream cone. I think I'm going to do the ice cream cone. No, let's do this little dude. Who fits a little better? We're going to do this little monster. These are ice cream monsters, and he's a monster. So let's do him. He's so cute. You did think it would be backwards? Good job. You should have called me out. Because I didn't know. Sometimes you don't know. I mean, you have to try it and just see what happens. I'm going to use the back of this to see if there's more on here that I need to pick up before I put some more color down. It's really light. Usually when you use regular inks, you can go over these a few times and pick up different things, and it works really great. But I think the Oxides, because they're so light in color, that, because you tried it before, that's great. Okay, so we're going to do pink in the middle. And then we're going to do purple on the bottom and blue on the top. I think I need to put some more ink in this purple ink pad because it is villainous and it should be dark, dark, dark. So I didn't refill that one because I thought it was, you know, fairly new. And I'm going to use Broken China. I think Broken China is a little brighter, so I'm going to use that one. So I just put them beside each other. I don't really touch them together. And then I'm probably going to get a little bit of green from what's left on this brayer. The brayer sure is pretty. But I'm okay with that. It's mixing the colors. That makes it super fun.
Try dropping down.
Re-inkers on the gel plate. Ooh. I probably do use it more than others. Joy, what else would I do with that? Once I drop the re-inkers on there, do I need to spread them out?
Yeah.
I That's a great idea. I really want to try that. Look at that. Look at it, stamps so perfectly with all those colors on them. They're so cool. You hear it suctioning off of there. I like it. I think you have to make that noise when you make it. All right. Oh, I'm out of paper. Yes, you do. Okay, so you use the brayer to spread it around. So I will, hey honey, I have them in those refills up there. Can you grab them for me? I labeled them the other day, so they say Oxide refills in the bin up there. We'll try the Oxide refills. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so again, this is just printer paper that I pulled off my printer. By the way, we need more printer paper. So I'm using it all tonight because we were low already. Or do one pull and get a droplet effect and then do the next. Okay, good idea. Oh my goodness, I laid them over top of each other. But I could get a really good background right out of this. I think this is neat. And I like these colors too. It's so pretty. Let's pull one more, or let's put the ink back on there and pull again. I'm not going to use this little guy this time. I'm going to clean him off so he can go back in his little container. I'll just lay him on my desk for now. You guys don't have to worry about that. If you want sentiments, emboss them first on a separate piece of paper and lay it into the ink. And you will get, well, I need to see that. And you will get the right impression. Oh, see? Now, Joy, thank you so much for joining us, because I did not know how to do that. Okay, I'm just going to lay these same colors back down real quick because I want a good pull of these colors. And then we'll move on to the liquid inks of the refills, because I just got a whole bunch of them. I only had like 6, but I just got a whole bunch of them because I felt like I really, really needed them. And I was right. I did really, really need them. And I really, really need Villainous Potion, which I think I might even have in a refill. Haha. I do. Shocker. I know all of you guys are shocked. Okay. What if, I talked about the bubble wrap. Let's throw some bubble wrap on there and see what happens. This is what I have, a big piece of bubble wrap right here. Let me cut some off because I have a whole bunch. Oh, and you don't even get to hear it popping. So I'm just going to use a really small piece, but you know how one side is smooth and the other side is the bubbles? I'm going to lay the bubble side down. Just kind of press it in there, lift it up. I don't know if I pressed it good enough, but we'll see. Maybe I needed to press it a little bit more. And then maybe I'll do a couple of these kinds of things around here just to see. It'll spread the purple over into the blue and do all that cool stuff. You never know what you're going to get till you're done. No sound. Seriously? Someone tell her to go out and come back in. Please, pretty, pretty, please. Because I think you guys are hearing me because you're answering my questions, so yeah. Okay, so look at that. That really did some really cool effects. And definitely different between the splotching it and the actual. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. Oh, okay, good, Michelle. And I like this. I really like this. This is pretty cool. I will definitely use these. So you guys will know once you see it. Once you see them popping up on in my cards coming up. Okay, so just using a baby wipe again. I need a fresh one because that one is getting colorful. So Joy, have you ever, I love that pull too. Joy, have you ever used like the magicals on them? Because I was just going to do them on regular paper, but if you think they'll work on the gel press, we could try it. All right, I'm going to put this over here and rub that out a little bit more. Okay, so now let's try. You always have to mix these up really, really good because they settle at the bottom when they're sitting for a while. And since I don't generally use them for this purpose, I got to shake it up really good. And we need more than one color, so let's do, I don't have the newest color. I don't have the gray. But I have wild honey. Yeah, I use acrylic. You do think it'll work? Yeah, we're going to try it. I think we're going to try it. So this is wild honey. And this is villainous potion. So kind of a yellow and purple. Am I doing this right, Joy? All right. So what happens if we just put it right on there like this? It's going to squish out all those dots. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to get a spotted background. I can tell. Spots. I bet if we sprayed these, let's let it dry a little bit and then we'll spray it. And now I'm going to use my brush and just go over the whole thing and see what happens. Go with wild honey. Okay, so we took a pull and we got spots. This paper is so thin, I think it will work if you spray it with water because it is oxides and that's how they work. But the paper is so thin, it might misbehave, and I think I just got a paper cut. That just mixed it all together and made it a big mess. It looks like a muddy background. It's okay. Sprayer and reapply the same piece. Oh, daggum it.
We'll do the one you just did.
Huh?
Just do the one you just did and add some
So even if you don't like it when you finish, oh, I see what you're saying. Look at this. You could even pick it up like this if you wanted to. You can really do anything. It's kind of cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add some more colors, like something bright. Like, let's do candied apple. Let's do candied apple. I got some water on here, so it's reacting to the water a little bit. And then let's put some really bright yellow back in there. Like maybe squeezed lemonade. And this time when I roll it with my brayer, I'm going to do it, I'm going to keep it this way. Oh yeah, I got water on my, but I think that's okay. And then I'm going to turn it around and brayer it the other way so I can keep the colors together. You know, the yellow and the red. It's a little wet, but it might look pretty cool when it gets done. We'll see. It might look pretty neat. I'm gonna put this one back over top of it. Maybe we'll get a different look. Oh, that's kind of cool. I won't lie. I like that. Let's put this one back over it too. Why not, right? This is the one that has water. Oh, look at that. Look at how amazing that is. You just keep going until you're happy with it. I'm going to wipe off the mat and do that one more because I like that red and yellow pull. I think I want to try it one more time. This is my problem. When I get started with these, I want to just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. There's never an end.
Do you have any Q-tips?
Yeah, I do. Over there. Okay, let me take a drink of water. Then we're going to add those same two colors again. So we did candied apple.
After you apply it, you can use a Q-tip.
Yeah, you can.
Like ingredients.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use another stencil, I think. It just kind of bubbles up on there. You see that? It is a great sunset. That is for sure. This thing is really cool. I love this gel press. I don't get it out as often as I would like to. But remember, I moved the brush around to kind of keep the red with the red and the yellow with the yellow. This might almost look like fire too. I like it. It's got a little more red than yellow, I think. But who knows? We won't know till we pull. Why do I use copy paper and not cardstock? Because it's cheaper. And because it picks up the paper but doesn't just, I don't know. I don't know why. That's what Jamie taught me. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I really like that. I am super happy with that. Let's do... Yes, you are, Jen. You are catching us live. Just going to go over this one more time with any leftover I have on this brayer. And I'm just going to pick it up one more time. It's probably going to be a lot more red than yellow, but... Oh, look, it's very soft. It's like a very soft... It's almost like orange because, you know, it's red and yellow. It makes orange. So that makes sense. So I'm just going to wipe off my gel press again. Get any of that extra color off of there. Which leaves it a bit wet. So I do have this, like, you know, one of those car, dry the water off your car things. Okay, let's try some of these magical things. Now, we'll try them on the gel press and then off the gel press just to see what happens. Because I think you have to add water to these and it might be a little bit too much. It might be a little bit too much, and you don't need very much of these powders at all. So I chose Sassy Sapphire because I'm feeling really sassy tonight, and Maintenance Magenta. I don't know why those two. I just randomly picked them. And these are really shimmery, so they're going to make a pretty amazing background. So we're going to put some water on it. Yes, a chamois. My chamois is kind of dead, so I'm going to spray a little water. And then I think I'm going to actually roll this sprayer on this wipe so I can get all that ink off. Because I have a lot of ink on my brayer. When you use the roll to blend the colors on the gel plate, why don't you roll it onto paper to keep them? Oh, yeah, you could, to keep them, because you can make a background out of that one. 2 of them in the same color, no waste. True. You definitely could. And I usually do that when I'm doing it by myself. But because of the live, I'm just kind of trying to rush through it. But, so we're going to lay this on here. So I'm going to kind of just play around here. I'm going to tap some of this. Instead of getting a smooth pickup, we're going to get some little design. And I'm not going to roll my brayer because I think I'm going to use that again because it's still very wet. So let's lay some bubble wrap in it and see if that does anything. You never know if it will or not, but we're about to find out if it'll make any difference at all. I don't know, but I'm about to find out. I never said it, just so I thought it would. Yeah, exactly. So this one has a lot of water in it, so you're going to definitely have to let these dry. Wow, look at that. And I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a lot of sparkle to that. Isn't that neat? I mean, that's such a different background, but you could, I mean, we pulled it this way. We could turn it over and put it back on and see what happens. It just lays a little bit more. I can see the bubble wrap just a teeny bit, but not really. But it's super pretty. I like it. It's very shimmery. So I'm going to do this again. And this time it's a little more dried. Oop, I got a little bit of orange on there. And we'll pick it up and see if we get anything different this time. Although we could do this. We could lay one of these on here. Just, I laid it with the color up so the color won't mix with the, well, it might. We'll see. This is what I love about it. You can just do whatever you want and see what you get. So that's really faint. I guess those magical things don't stay on there very much once the water gets put on there. Now I can pick which side of the paper I like better. Neither. Okay, so we know we can use the magicals, but we have to use them. We have to use them one really quick at a time. So I'm going to show you what happens if we clean our gel press, and I'm going to show you how I store it too, and then we'll play a little with the magicals off of the gel press. So you can definitely do it on the gel press. It works. And then I'm going to take my little chamois here and wipe it off. And then the way I store my gel press is I just have two pieces of paper. Just 2 regular pieces of paper from my printer. And I lay it on there. And then I flip it over. And I stick this one on there. And I just keep putting the same pieces of paper on them. And then I store it just like this. Just like this, and it doesn't get hard or get messed up or anything. I just throw it in my box and store it like this. It works really great. So I'm going to use Sweet Sentiment paper this time when I do the magicals on. Let's test it. This is Sweet Sentiment paper. Let me wipe my desk off real quick. Okay. This is Sweet Sentiment coloring paper, and this is Stampin' Up! Or Michael's white paper, cheap white paper, not expensive. So let's see what happens when we use these magicals. Let's try the same colors so we can see. You don't need a lot, I know that. We're going to put it on both papers just to see what happens. Okay, this one is the Maintenance Magenta. I really like this color. I might even have too much color on there, you never know. Okay. So you watch when you wet it what it does. So this one has a big glob of ink right there. So I'm gonna wet it so it'll start moving around the paper. The more you wet it, the more it'll move. You could use a paintbrush or you could use whatever you wanted, but look, every time you spray it with water, it like, man, does it come to life. You can mix them all together, roll them across the paper. This is just plain old paper, so it's folding up quite a bit for me. But I really want to get all those colors going on here. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but they are really shimmery. I mean, there is so much shimmer to these. It's probably why they call them magicals, because it's magical. So this is our Sweet Sentiment paper. It's not moving quite as much on the Sweet Sentiment paper as it is on the other one. It kind of is sitting stagnant. So I'm just moving it around a little bit. Kind of get me a little bit different look over here. Because I want this stuff to go everywhere. But look, I did two exactly the same color and I got totally different looks. And you could also do it like this, whatever you got on the table. Look at how pretty those are. They are really pretty. I like them a lot. I don't know where my napkins are, but I got a mess going on my hands. Okay, so I'm going to get my heat tool real quick and show you what happens when you start using the heat tool. I'm sorry for the sound, but we need to dry this up a little bit. They're really wet. We should have Dale go dry them for us. I'm going to turn this one around. You'll have to be careful, hon, when you pick them up because they have a lot of water on them. Okay, we're going to let Dale go dry them for us so we don't have to wait. And he'll come back with them when they're dry. This one isn't as bendy. Here, baby. It works a little bit better than the other paper works is a little bit better. So this is that white paper again, and what I'm going to do is just lay it along what's left on my desk and see what I get. Ooh, looking nice. I kind of like doing this. I hope you can see the shimmer in there. Look at all that shimmer. These are really amazingly shimmery. So if your paper is already wet, watch what happens when you drop it in there. Let's drop some yellow. If you drop the yellow into the already watered paper, oh, too much, too much. Way too much. That's the only thing I don't like about these little jars is they come out so fast. So we're going to put it on our desk so we can use it. But you can watch it come to life as soon as you spray it. sure yellow was really the right color in here, but we are really going to wet this stuff up. Get this color going. You can pick it up from the desk. Look at that. Can you see the sparkle? Look at it moving. It's so sparkly. Now look at that. That's kind of cool. It'll probably look better when it's dry. That's super cool. Wonder if I touch it with this, what'll happen. Who knows? Isn't that beautiful? Let's do one more to pick up this yellow because we have so much yellow on the table. And this time I'm going to try it with the Sweet Sentiment paper again. I want to make sure all that stuff is wet. I want to pick it up. That kind of gives me a pretty solid look. But you can see that shimmer in there. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but wow. So this one's going to be just a yellow background.
This is definitely next month's release background.
Oh, you like that one? You mean March?
No, this one, yeah.
Ooh, look at that. This is all yellow. Man, is there some shimmer in that. Here's two more. And then I won't torture you too much more than that. Okay, so now we saw what the magicals do. So I'm going to do it one more way, because did you know that you could put it with your oxides? So let's grab the paper we want to use. And you can mix it with your oxides. They're very pretty colors. So here they are all dried up. They're a little wrinkled, so I'm going to have to lay up something on top of them tonight while they dry. Look at the, okay, so now you can see the shimmer. Look at the shimmer in that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I mean, it has some serious shimmer on it. I like this. I think that's neat looking. So these are really good backgrounds. I will definitely use those. For sure. For sure, for sure. Okay. So if we did a background with oxides, so I have my brushes out, but I only have a limited number of brushes. So we have to use kind of the same colors. I hope that's okay. I'm going to use that, I really don't know how to say that, Uncharted Mariner. We had this discussion last night. So I'm just going to kind of do it random because I don't really want there to be any like specific design to what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be putting it on here randomly. Hi, Debbie. And then I'm going to use Villainous because I like it so much, and just because I happen to have the refills here and we were talking about how to use it, I'm just going to show you how I refill these pads. I don't know how they're supposed to. No one ever told me or anything, but I just go along the edge with the refill, and then I just kind of go down the center, and it'll just seep in there. And sometimes I'll hold it upright so no more is coming out, and I'll just rub it so it goes into the ink pad. And then I usually store my ink pads like this so that the ink stays on the top of it. But I wanted to put a little bit more of this. So see how it's still a little wet, but it's seeped right into the ink pad. Which then, when you rub it with this, you get this beautiful purple color instead of that light color I was getting earlier. So I think I'm going to put a teeny bit like right here and a teeny bit like right there. And then we're going to start rubbing them together. So now I'm going to go back to the Uncharted Mariner. I don't like the word of that one. I guess you guys noticed. I want it to be a little bit darker so that it matches really well with the colors we got going on. And I don't mind touching my brushes together because I can clean them off. Okay, so we have a lot of blue over here. Now we need to come in with a little bit different color. So I think I'm going to use this green because I like this Twisted Citron. That's one of my favorites. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to put some of that over here. And then I will also go over some of the blue that I already had on there. So like here, just to get a little bit of a pretty like blue and green and purple color. Then I'm going to come back with my purple right here. Just making sure I get a pretty good mix. Now is the point where I need to actually put my hands on a napkin so I can quit putting my fingerprints all over it. Okay, so now we have this really pretty, awesome looking paper, right? And I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you take black and put black over the whole thing right now and then spritz it with water, you'll see the colors through it. It's really cool, but we aren't doing that right at the moment. Yeah, I love the Twisted Citron too, a lot. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to spray it with some water, and I'm going to get some pretty thick water droplets in there. And then I'm going to try and take some of this, maybe I'll use the green, this green. It's called Drop Dead Gorgeous Green. Now this, I'm going to have to be really careful because I don't want to get too much. Well, that doesn't look green, does it? So I think I'm going to use my tweezers and just kind of mix it up a little bit. Ooh, I knew that was going to happen. I really just want to tap it down on there. So let's move it around manually since I dropped it. I want to kind of put it in some of the water spots. And also before, I think I'm going to move it around the paper, kind of like this. And then I'm going to spray it again, but not really thick. Look at it go to town over there. Ooh, that's so cool. Hi, Kayla. That is so cool. Although, that doesn't really look like green to me. It kind of looks like the blingy blonde. They kind of look the same. So weird. So I'm going to use my heat tool again real quick. Not a lot. I can see the green though. I think it really is picking up the green. I just wanted to do it just a little bit because then I'm going to take my napkin and I'm just going to lay it over and soak up some of the water. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so now when you look at this, look at the gold shimmery background that you get with this. And you could wet it more because I have quite a bit of, but I kind of like how that looks. It gives it so much texture. And I can see the green. You see the green, how it really made it green? That's really neat, isn't it? I really, really, really love that. Honey, if you will go and dry this really good, make sure you dry the front and the back so it stays flat. I want to see how this reacts to it. If you guys ever use this Distress Glaze, it's supposed to make all the colors become way more vibrant. So I want to see if it works on that. So we're going to try it because why not, right? And you know, you don't have to, like, I was just about to wipe this up, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I would rather just squirt it with water and pick it up with paper. And this is Sweet Sentiment paper, and you could use other papers. But you know me, I'm into my Sweet Sentiment paper, so I love it. It's what I have handy. This is kind of cool too. Check this out. Let's get all this stuff over here. Let's spray some. I might as well pick up everything up. Let's just clean my desk with this paper. Why not? Look at that. Now on its own, isn't that pretty? Even though it's just scraps, I'd use that for sure. Okay. So let me wipe off my desk now that I got all the ink off. You know what else you can do with this? And I don't actually have a water bottle right now that I could use, but you could buy those little water bottles, those little tiny ones, and you put water in it, and then you add these to it, and you can spritz them like a mica spray, kind of. So let's see. This is supposed to make the colors be way more vibrant, but I heard that you have to really let it dry. So I'm not sure if this is dry enough, but we're going to try it. And then I want to show you what it looks like, because I did it on some that were dry, and man, was it amazing. It makes the colors, like all the layers of the colors, like really stand out. So you put this on there. It's just mica, holy cow, Distress Micro Glaze. And then you take a dry cloth and you just kind of rub off the excess that's on the top. Like this. And then I take my hand away and you see how much darker and deeper the purples are over here. It usually works really well, and you can really tell if you let it dry all the way. So this might be a good spot over here too, because there's a lot of purple and blue and green in it. See how much deeper that purple got? It's this micro stuff. So watch this right here. I'm going to really be able to see that green pop out. Look at that. Didn't that? And now it looks so much more vibrant. The drier your project is, the better it works. But look at how amazing that looks. It just deepens all the colors. And if you layer them up a whole lot, you can see all the colors that are layered up. It's really super neat. I love this stuff. This is my favorite background I think we did. So here is yellow, all yellow. This one is all yellow with some shimmeries on the edges. You see it? It's not all the way through. It's just on the edges. It's kind of neat. And then this one is the one with, this one has a lot of shimmer. Not right here, but definitely right here. That's pretty cool, huh? And we have this one that we did earlier. Look at that. Now that it's drying, you can really see it. Just when you move it around though, not all the time. Sometimes it looks solid and sometimes it looks shiny. This one's the same way. This one has a really light coat of it, so it's just kind of all over the whole thing. It looks like you hit it with a glitter pen. This was what was left on our desk. It doesn't have any shimmer. Well, it does, but you can't really see it. It has a little bit of shimmer, but you can't really see that one. But look at the vibrancy of this one. The vibrancy on this is this stuff. Seriously. So let's test that one more time. I'm going to have you dry one more thing, honey. So let's do one more, and we're going to do it half and half so you can see. I'm going to use a whole lot of colors so you can really see this shimmery difference. Plus, I only have 2 pieces of Sweet Sentiment paper left. And then we're going to make a quick card. Okay. We're going to use Oxides. I think I'm going to use, let's use pink. So this is Warm Lipstick. And what we're going to do is we're going to put Warm Lipstick down this side. And then we're going to put Warm Lipstick on this side. I definitely got this one all juiced up. It looks like I used it all on this side too. Okay. This one is a little bit darker, so we're going to keep going. Kind of get some of that excess off of there. Okay, so we have 2 pink sides. And then we're going to take, let's take Speckled Egg, the really light color. Nope, that's my tumbled glass. This is my Speckled Egg. My Speckled Egg is pretty new, so it's pretty juicy too. So we're kind of mixing them together a little bit. I'm going to do it on both sides. It's not really my favorite color of combination, but I want you guys to really be able to see how this works. So now we're going to come through with another color because we need to have another one. And since I have the Twisted Citron is mixed with the blue, I might as well do it all in one shot. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit, get some of that blue off. Just going to put some in there randomly. Because I want to layer up these colors just a little bit so you can see each color underneath as we clean it. All right. And you know I can't live without purple, so we're going to put some purple in there. Kind of just putting a little bit of purple everywhere. I have a lot of ink on here, so I'm just going to use my napkin and kind of clean some of that excess ink I have because I just filled my... There we go. Wow, that looks so much more bold on the camera than it does when it's sitting here in real life. Okay, so we're going to wet it again. Just lightly. I'm going to use this one more time. Okay, I'm going to take my napkin. I'm going to lay it over there and soak up that color. Okay, now I'm going to apply some more color to it. I'm going to apply a little bit of this purple. I haven't touched the ink pad with this purple. I'm just kind of applying them now, just very lightly. Just kind of mixing these colors up a bit more. Need to get some more of this speckled egg in there. Kind of coloring up the spots that went, that we cleaned up with the water droplets. Now I'm going to water droplet again. Because you can really do these as many times as you want. This time I'm not going to heat tool because I told you that was the last time. And now we're going to have Dale go and dry it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this on this half and not on this half. So you can see the color differences. So we'll let him dry that. While he's drying that, I'm going to clean up my desk. And then we're going to make a quick couple of cards here with what we made tonight. So those were the Magicals. Those are Lindy's Magicals. This is the website, www.lindysgang.com. And they were just different colors. And we used Oxide ink refills. We had several of those. We used Oxide inks. We used our gel press. Now I'm going to stick these out of the way. And I have all of my card bases over here, so I will just... Ooh, I made a mess tonight. See, I told you guys we was going to get messy tonight. But you just have to play. It's always fun to play. And you guys know that I have to pack as soon as we're done here. And then I'm leaving really early in the morning for Arizona. But I have all my stuff packed so we can, here it is all dry. I'm going to have all my stuff packed so I can leave bright and early in the morning. And tomorrow, Jamie will be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. her time, 4 p.m. Central Time. And you guys know how to figure out your time from there.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, she said she's doing a Friday thing tomorrow at 3 p.m. That's what she said. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. That's what she said. She told me to tell everyone that today. I think maybe Floral Friday or something. She was going to do a little something for that. Okay, so I think for this one, we had 3 stamp sets out. So we have Friends and Ice Cream Monsters for Happy Birthday. But I think this is my favorite birthday stamp that we have. So I think I'm going to use that one. And I think I'm going to actually do it on another piece of paper. And then put it on there. So let's see. I got to use my Big Misty because we are going to get back to this, I promise. I'm just giving a little bit more time to dry. My Little Misty is packed, so I got to use my Big Misty today. And my Gemini is packed, so I'm going to have to fussy cut this out, unfortunately. But I have 2 Memento ink pads, so we'll just use this one. So I'm sorry, I know I'm off screen a little bit, but it's because I have to use my Big Misty. Luckily, I have duplicates of a lot of stuff. I have duplicate tweezers and duplicate espresso and all that good stuff. This is not my best ink pad, so we are going to have to stamp it more than once, unfortunately. Or maybe I'll just get my VersaFine, because it does a much darker. Oh no, we're getting there. One more time should do it. Hi, Mary Jo. We're making some cards out of the backgrounds that we made on the live tonight. I will upload it to YouTube, so if you guys missed it and you want to see it, we will definitely be able to do that. Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut this, and I packed my best scissors, so bear with me. Are you guys ready for the new release on Saturday? Oh my goodness. Did you guys figure out what Joy was posting? She was posting sneak peeks. Hi, Kathy. And it's a guessing game. If you can guess what it is, she's going to send you a card. Let's see how this looks. I might have to cut a little more out. I hope I don't need my X-Acto because that's packed too. Nope, that's good enough. I like it like that. I like it like that. All right. So now we have to make a card out of this one. I almost think we need to have some really bright colors on there. So I think I'm going to pull out yellow. Hello, Terry. Hello, everyone popping in. And I think maybe, let's go with a blue. I'm not sure if the blue is going to work, but yeah, but we might have to do it like this. I think that looks cool. All right, so here we go. Let's trim her down. This one looks so good. I think this is my favorite one. Of the day. What do you guys think? I don't want to cut that side off because it's so pretty. There we go. Some little scraps. Then we need the yellow one to be our matting. So, hold on. Did I do that right? Yep, I sure did. Okay, so now I have an extra piece that I could use for matting on another card. This one will go here. This one will go here. I almost think it needs to be a little bit, the yellow needs to be a little bit less. So I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. Because I feel like it's a little overpowering with that yellow. But I don't know. So let's see. As soon as I finish this one, I'm going to do this one that we were talking about. I'm going to do that micro stuff to it. So because we're going to rush through, I don't want to rush through actually making the card, but we're just going to do the front, and then I'll do the insides and this stamping my signature on the back and stuff. I'll do that after we finish the live, so you guys don't have to wait for that. I want you to be able to see what the other completed cards will look like. So I really like this one. I mean, I'm super stoked about this. I just refilled my glue, so it's kind of bubbling at the top. I must have put too much in it. But when I sit it down, it starts getting a little bubbly. Okay, so eyeballing this, hoping I get it straight. Looking pretty good. So my suggestion is get your gel press out if you have one. Definitely do one a little bit bigger than the size of card you like to make. So if you like to make these A2, then maybe 5x7 or 6x6 might be good. They have several different sizes out on the market, so you can definitely find the one that fits for you, that fits best for you. What do you think? I kind of think here. I kind of like it here. And then we're going to put some bling on there. Look at my glue bubbling. You see those bubbles? It's all excited because I've refilled it. You guys know I've been complaining about not doing that on my lives the last few times. UL. I don't know what that means. Upper left. I'm a lower lower right. Is that upper left and I just put it on the lower right? I don't know, for some reason I'm a lower. I tend to put things on the lower side. Okay, let's put some bling on here real quick. You guys know I have a ton of that, but half of them are packed. But I'm sure there's no way I didn't leave out something that would work on this. So I'm pretty sure we're good to go. I wonder if I have any yellow. Ooh, there's some yellow. I don't use yellow very often, and I think yellow would be super great with this one. So I think I'm going to use the yellow because it goes so well. Oh, look, I have other ones on the other side, as if I don't have enough already. Okay, we're going to do all three sizes. We'll start with the big one right here. And I'm just going to put 3 tonight. I'm not going to put a whole bunch. Just going to kind of fill up this top area a little bit, one of every size. And just kind of bring it together like that. I mean, there's enough little spots and stuff on it that I think that's, and it's got all that shimmer to it. It's so pretty. I love it. Simple, quick, easy. Love it. Okay, let's do the next thing. The next thing is this. We held off on that so it could dry. Okay, one more time. This is Distress Micro Glaze. You love it? So I'm going to show you. You just pick some of this up. We are only going to do half of the card so you can see the difference. I'm going to put my hand over it so you can. You want walrus tears? Okay, so as I'm doing this, you're going to start seeing it like really showing up a little bit better. This works really well with distress inks as well. I mean, really well. Like, look at the colors starting to come out on this. It probably works better if it doesn't have magicals on it, but look at the blue. You can see the blue in there that you couldn't see before. I mean, it is really jumping out of there. Okay, so now I need napkin. There we go. I'll just use this little Kleenex because I think I threw my napkin away now. You have to wipe off the top because you don't want it too much sitting on top of it. I hope that you can see this in the camera. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it that well. But look at how vibrant that color is. Hi, Ricky Morgan. Look at how vibrant that color is. Can you see how much more vibrant this half is than this half? So I only did it to right here, and you can see how much darker and vibrant these colors are. You see that? I mean, it makes such a big difference. I can't even believe it. It makes me just love this stuff. So once I do the other side, it's gonna really stand out because we can't leave it with one-sided. We got to do both sides now. I just wanted you to be able to see. You kind of see it as I'm going through too. It just starts pulling up those colors that you couldn't see underneath. It really makes them stand up. Awesome, you can see it. Yay! Thank you for letting me know. But I did this with some Oxide inks that I did. After they dried, like the next day, I got it out and I did it, and I was on the phone with Jamie and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to see this. And so I showed it to her and she was like, wow, I can't even believe that. You wipe the top layer off and now you have this very, very, very vibrant color. So if you think Oxides are not quite as vibrant once you spray them and finish them, use this Distress Micro Glaze because it is awesome. It is awesome, awesome. Look at how cool that is. So my thought on this one for a card is going to be, I think I'm going to pull out this purple color, like this color. And then I think it needs like a really soft pink with it. Or what was that color I had half a sheet of? Let's do a soft pink. I'm feeling soft pink. Look at that. So pretty. And we need a pretty big sentiment for this one. So let's do this one. We'll actually do this one. And I might do one of these little stamps on it as well. I like the one where the little guy is. I'll show you. I'll show you. So I'm going to use this one. So let me get my Misty back out. I'm just going to leave that last sentiment on there because who knows, I might use it again. And then I'll put this card down here at the bottom. I am sticking these magnets together. You see that? Crazy me. And you never used it, and now you will? Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I had to watch a bunch of YouTube videos to find out what I could do with it. Because a lot of it was showing, like, stuff I don't do. So I was like, I finally found one. I don't even remember who it was, but I finally found one where they were really showing me how to use that microglaze. But I'm telling you, if you let your stuff dry, and then you come back and put that stuff over it, it is amazing. I really love it. So I'm switching to my VersaFine because it's a really vibrant black, a little bit better than my, it's also juicier than my Memento. So I want to put this on here. Remind me, how old are we pretending you are? I think that is so funny. And I'm putting it right on the Oxides, so no worries there. So pretty. But I also thought that I would put this little guy right here. I want it like he's talking to you. I think that would be cool. So before I mess the whole thing up, I have to clean off my stamp. So I'm just using water to wipe off my stamps. But I'll tell you, this little thing that I'm using, it sure does suck that ink in there. That water into the cleaner, and then... Alright, I'm going to take that off so I can put this little guy on there. I want him over here in the corner. And I'm not going to color him. He's already got lots and lots of color. So I'm going to do him with the VersaFine because I love how dark that works. Get out from underneath there. And I'm not even going to color him. I'm just going to leave him just like that. I'm not going to try to do him with any other kind of coloring. I think he looks super cute just like that. I really like this stamp set, but then again, I'm partial because, you know, I drew it, so... Wait, I'm sure everyone would feel like that. But it's super fun. And it also has like an amazing ice cream cone in it that you can use for so many things. Okay, oops, I dripped some water up here. So I've got to clean that. All right, here we go. So this is going to be super simple. It's just going to be the coloring from the stuff that we use, the Oxides, and let's make this into a card real quick. And we're not going to do the whole thing. I won't do the inside or any of that stuff. We're just going to do it just like we did the other one. Yeah. The dog. Ugh. The ink still looks like it's kind of wet on there, so I want to be really careful to just get it lined up. Ooh, this is really touchy. I don't want to smear that at all. So watch me be creative here. That's how you do it when it's still wet, so you don't smear it. If you ever wondered, that's how you do it. So this one is going to go on the pink, like this. And then it's going to go on the purple, like this. And then we're going to add some little bling to it. But I'm not going to finish this one because it's still wet. And I don't want to smear it, so, but at least you guys can get an idea of what this one's going to look like. So I'm going to lay that down. Now I want to try one more, and then I will let you guys go. I want to try one more thing, one more card. And we will use the other stamp set that I had out, which is the Lucky Critter stamp set, which is this one. We tried that So Very Lucky earlier, so now we're going to actually put it on one of these backgrounds that we made. So let's do a quick recap. We have this one, which has some shimmer to it because it's that, I don't think you can see the shimmer in the camera, but it's got a lot of shimmer because we use those. This one was the second pull off of this one. So we have two of those. This one is the one where we layered two different colors together. We just laid it on top. This is the one where we had the spots. This is the one where we did the You're So Lucky, I'm So Lucky You're My Friend. This one is the one with the bubble wrap. I almost think this would look really good with bees because it looks a little bit like honeycomb to me. And then these are stamped straight onto the gel press where the ink was already there. This was the mess up we did where all the words are backwards. Because, hey, nobody's perfect. This was the blue and purple pull with the stencil. And then this was the opposite of that. I really like that. And then this was the ombre one that we did, which is super pretty, and you could do it in any color. And then we did this one with the pinks, yellows, and greens. And this is the opposite of that one. So we did all of these tonight. Plus all of these. This was the extra scraps on my desk. This is the regular paper. No, this is the Sweet Sentiment paper, and this is the regular paper. So it looks like you get a little bit more vibrant on the other paper, or maybe it was just the technique on the way I did it. I don't know. And then I had this one that I put a whole bunch of yellow on, and this one that had purple and yellow together. So those are all the ones plus the 2 cards we made. I usually just put these together and lay them under something heavy, and it flattens them out for me. But I think we're going to use one of these for our last one. I think I'm going to put this sentiment on there. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. Because look at these. I didn't even know what I was going to get. I think I'm going to put that on this one. Maybe I need a darker one. Where's that darker blue one that we did? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for the opposite of this pull. Look at that. I made so many I can't even find the ones I want. Isn't that awesome? Don't you love it when that happens? Alright, I've lost my marbles. Oh, there it is. That sneaky little paper. There it is. I think it looks better on that one. Okay, so this is 5 by 7, but my card is only 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I have to choose which part of this I want to use for my card. So it's 5 this way. So I could essentially I could put this one here, and then I could use this on part of a card like this. Oh, that's pretty. I'm definitely going to use that. I might even do that tonight. So once you trim these down, after you finish and you trim these down, they look so much more professional looking, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because they just look beautiful, just like that. And look, that one is perfect for my sentiment to go right here with this beautiful card. So this is what this one's going to look like. I could put it all together, but you guys get the picture. This one will have a card base and then some bling in there. And then that one will be done. And then this piece that's left over, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this one because I think it's awesome. Awesome sauce. So I'm really getting 2 cards out of this one piece, and I got 2 pulls off of this, so that's even more I think I like it with this pink too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this pink down to where I want it. I do my cards at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and right now I'm doing it 1/4 of an inch smaller, so there'll be 1/4 of an inch border. I think I need to go with a blue card base for this one. I'm thinking this, maybe? Or maybe a lighter one. I almost think lighter might be better. Like the lighter. This would be a really good, like, with sympathy, or kind of like, yeah, that's the same color. Clearly, I like that one. I'm almost done. Let's try this one. Nope. I'm thinking it's going to have to be a blue. Like this. There we go. There we go. It took me a second. But I think if I put this, let me show you what I have going on in this crazy brain of mine. And yes, this was copy paper, but it looks just fine when you put it on, here. Just want to get that lined up. I'm going to flip it over. And then this one's going to go on here. And then you can put any sentiment that you want. Look. Isn't that awesome? You can put it here. I like it right there. What do you guys think? Do you like it? So we have this card, and then when I'm off camera, I will put this one on a card. I'll probably trim it down a little bit, but then then we have this one. We have this one, and you saw once I did these backgrounds how fast I put these cards together. We have this one. So for sure, try it out. If you have it, if you have a gel press, do it. If you have the stencils and the gel press, I mean, don't waste your time. Just don't think about it too hard. Just get it out and run with it. And if you have any questions, or you want me to answer anything for you or help you with anything, then just give me a little DM and I'll help you out. I'm not a professional at this, but I'm going to get there because I think positive. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, all that fun and different stuff that we did tonight. I hope you really enjoyed that. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be coming at you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week from Arizona, and also potentially Saturday with a live to show you the new release. So don't forget, we have a new release on Saturday. We'll be there bright and early Saturday morning to start showing off all the new release. So keep your eyes peeled, and you won't want to miss it. It's going to be different than anything else that we have. So I think you guys will really like it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you on Saturday. Thank you. I will. I'm so excited to see him. Good night.